It's important for everyone to follow the guidelines, remain vigilant, and we'll get through this a lot quicker, a lot safer, and have a far more normal summer if we do so.
Good evening. We thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Maloney. Governor Phil Scott at his twice weekly press briefing today, as now 1 in 3 adults in the state have received at least 1 dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. As the state prepares to move quickly through the remaining age groups, they're calling on younger Vermonters to turn out for their shots with the same urgency as those who came before. Local 22's Devin Bates is live tonight at the University of Vermont this evening with more. Devin?
Yeah, Lauren, that urgency, as we've heard, is fueled in large part by the potential spread of COVID-19 variants. Well, I spoke with the Vermont Department of Health today on their latest round of variant testing here, which found that 6 samples of positive cases. Out of those 6 samples, 5 contained the UK variant.
There were those who were surprised to hear about it. Other people, I think, have been hearing our message all along, which says we need to assume and act like that variant is in our community.
UVM Vice President of Operations and Public Safety Gary Durr said students have largely been following that message. At Tuesday's COVID-19 briefing, Vermont Health Commissioner Dr. Mark Levine said younger Vermonters also need to stay on alert over the coming months because we still don't know very much about the long-term effects of COVID and how many people it might be affecting.
Whether the number is 10% or 30%, all I know is that this pandemic has been called the largest mass disabling event in some time. And it does not spare a person because they are young. I don't want anyone to risk developing this, to have your lives hindered by what is starting to become an avoidable virus.
Meanwhile, bars across the Green Mountain State prepare to reopen on Wednesday. State officials maintain that the health and safety requirements put in place are enough to ensure bars can get back to serving drinks safely, even with a recent uptick in cases.
The idea of a bar being open is not, as you imagine, people standing shoulder to shoulder having their cocktail socializing. They can come in and they can be seated, but bars are able to do this without serving food as well.
During his weekly conference call with the Biden administration, Governor Phil Scott said Dr. Anthony Fauci made an appearance to outline the final piece of the vaccination timeline that Vermont hasn't set a date on yet.
He thought we should expect all high school students will be eligible this fall and young children by the first part of next year.
And a final note on the spread of variants here at UVM, the Department of Health did tell me that that does not reflect the presence of the variant as a whole, those 5 out of 6 cases, because as I mentioned, those 6 samples were taken from people who were COVID-19 positive and from areas that were already seeing larger outbreaks. Live in Burlington, Devin Bates, Local 22 News.